Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on day 13 and day 14 of my December daily for 2021, but also for 2019. So this year I decided that for the past couple years, I didn't complete my December daily. Now in 2019, I got most of my pages done and I took pictures. I was going to say daily pictures, but as if you've been following me for a little bit during this December daily thing, I missed a few days, but that's okay. Most of the days I had pictures. 2020, I broke my wrist November 4th of 2020. So believe me, I did not feel like doing anything. So what I did though was I took all the pictures. So this year I'm doing 2019 and 2021. Next year, I'm going to do 2020 and 2022. So this is day 13. And on day 13, I made a whole bunch of different chicken freezer meals. Now, these ones here, they're just basically marinated chicken. And that way, I think I made like 9 different bags of chicken. I made a chicken teriyaki, I made a honey mustard, and a peanut butter Thai marinade. Now, that night we had the chicken teriyaki, so on the 13th, I just put the chicken teriyaki on for supper. I think it was with some rice maybe or some potatoes, I can't remember, but it was delish. What I ended up doing is I ended up making an extra sauce that night so that we could put it on our food. Since then, we've had the peanut butter Thai. Now, I made a peanut butter Thai sauce with it. It was okay. I think next time, because the peanut butter marinade, the chicken was really good because it was nice and marinated. But I think I would want something a little bit more sour to go with it. Because it was so sweet, I want something a little sour with some heat. So that's what I'm going to do next time when we have the peanut butter one. I also made, not on this day, but a few days before, I think it was, I made some meatballs. So I made some Swedish meatballs and I also made some sweet and sour meatballs. And tonight we're going to be making some jalapeno meatballs to put in the freezer, and it's awesome because it's only one part of the meal, but what I'm finding is when I'm ready to cook supper, if that part's already done, it's less for me to cook that night. Just so you know, I will be doing some freezer meals or some meals videos on my YouTube channel in the new year. I'm just trying out different recipes, and I typically don't follow a recipe right to a T. I usually tweak it and make it so that I like. So if I see an ingredient in there and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to like that, I have no problems not putting it in and substituting it with something else that I know I'm going to like. So that'll be coming up in the new year. I'm going to be making probably some different meatballs and some different chicken, and I'm going to be making some freezer meals too, so that you make the whole meal, you stick it in the freezer, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. So that's what I did on the 13th. I think I spent a couple of hours making some freezer meals. The next day I took a picture of our supper. We had a bunch of pork chops, and I made this really awesome sauce for the pork chops too. I think I did a marinade too. Marinated the pork chops, and then I made a sauce, and then we had some potatoes and carrots with it. Of course, I took a picture of the weather app. I've been doing that every day. And I think it's going to be awesome to see later on, the temperature, how it fluctuates, even in the middle of December, which for us, it's winter, it's usually cold. But that specific day, it was +2, and that's degrees Celsius. It's not Fahrenheit, but it's Celsius. And that's kind of nice for in the middle of, winter. And I think even one night, it went up to like 18 degrees. So it's really nice to see the different weather that we were having in the month of December. And also on day 14th, I did some voiceovers for YouTube, for Patreon, some videos. Now we're back to 2019. We're rewinding a couple of years. So what I did was, in order to make it easier for myself, I created an album on my iPhone where I moved all the pictures from December into that folder. And then I printed almost all the pictures, and I printed them all on my PicFrame app. And I most of them, or all of them, I did all 2x2 photos. Now what I'm doing is, as I'm looking at the pages where I'm going to put the pictures, I see, oh, okay, I need to print one that's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So then I go to that day, I pick a picture, and I print it in that size. Now this picture here, I had to go for a blood test, and to tell you the truth, I don't even know why I had to go for a blood test. I don't know if it was just a routine thing, or I know there was one year I had chest pains at work, but I can't remember if it was that year or not. So I was sent for like blood tests and a whole bunch of other tests that I had to do, and they all came back like okay. I think it was just work related, although it wasn't a stressful day, which I don't understand. But sometimes the body just has, a different different schedule for you. So this is December 14th. And on that day, Mason had a tournament game. So we went to his tournament game. And after that, there was a Wildcats game. And then they had skate with the Wildcats. And my mom and my stepdad, they live about 2 hours from where we are. And they came over for the night so they could see his hockey games, and then they also stayed for the Wildcats game and skate with the Wildcats, and it was a whole bunch of fun. And that was totally before we knew that life was going to be the way it is now. And although we had a whole bunch of fun, I'm sure we would appreciate it so much more now if we'd be able to do stuff like that, because we haven't been able to do that kind of stuff for so long. So that's going to be day 14. I have quite a few photos. I just want to let you know that right now till January 10th, I'm having, yay, it's a new year kind of sale. Everything in our shop was already 50% off. But this is an extra coupon. So you type in Jan 2022 and you get an extra 20%. So that's like 70% off our digital prints. And one thing that I'll say is that when you're on the site, you have to log in for the coupon to work, is what I've been told. But that's it. That's going to complete day 13th and 14th. And just to let you know, I have about 10 sessions that I have to do. So basically from day 20 to day 31 to get all my album done for 2019 and 2021. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.